un avión ruso bombardea una población y una defensa antiaérea responde. Se nos dice por parte del gobierno ucraniano que han derribado 5 aviones rusos. ¿Esto lo consideras creíble?
Bueno, es una posibilidad.
Dime, Manuel.
También para constatar todo lo que está ocurriendo. Creo que hay muchísima información desde las 4:15, 5 de la madrugada, hora española. Entonces, lo que tendríamos que hacer es bastante campos para verificar las imágenes, ver de dónde proceden, ver si es cierto que esos bombardeos están siendo todos documentados, si lo están haciendo.
Look how they manipulate. You think I'm afraid of game? Look how they brainwash you. But in television. With a game. They pretend to be true.
E questo è da una parte qui c'è vicino il Donbass, dall'altra parte si va dove lungo la strada che abbiamo fatto ieri verso Mariupol, ed è lì che sarebbero sbarcate truppe anfibie.
War. Immer wieder kam die Mahnung, dass mehr gemacht werden muss, dass es mehr Sanktionen geben muss, schärfere Sanktionen.
Poco antes de las 4 de la mañana empezaba ese bombardeo de misiles sobre Ucrania, ataques.
As the Russian military invaded the land and skies of Ukraine, one brave fighter pilot launched in his MiG-29 Fulcrum from his base just south of the capital city of Kyiv, knowing he faced superior numbers and firepower. His ground controller gave him range and bearing, and he replied with the information on his radar. Once confirmed, the controller transmitted, "That's your bandit." At that point, the fighter pilot ruthlessly pursued his prey with only one outcome in mind: victory. When he inevitably ran out of gas or weapons, he certainly landed and refueled and rearmed. By the end of the day, word had it he had downed 2 Su-35s, 1 Su-27, 1 MiG-29, and 2 Su-25s. 6 Russian military aircraft bent on wreaking havoc on his Ukrainian homeland. He had become an ace in a day, the first in Europe since World War II. Russian fighter pilots labeled him the Ghost of Kyiv, and today they fear him while the freedom-loving people of Ukraine cheer him and place their hopes for peace in his cockpit. Godspeed, Ghost of Kyiv, and happy hunting.
Самолет тут. Вон он еще один самолет.
Now, this is an incredible show of bravery. 13 border guards on a tiny island in the Black Sea came up against a Russian warship. The Russian warship was demanding that they drop their arms and surrender. They refused to do so. Here is how that interaction played out.
Все. Нахуй тоже надо.
На всякий случай.
All 13 of those border guards were killed.
На нашому острові Зміїний, захищаючи його до останнього, всі хлопці, прикордонники, геройські, загинули. Але не поступились. Всім їм буде присвоєно звання Героя України посмертно. Вічна пам'ять тим, хто віддав життя за Україну.
Ukraine. Vous avez vécu 25 ans là-bas et je crois comprendre que vous êtes en contact avec votre famille qui vivait à Kiev et qui a fui. C'est bien ça ?
Pas tout à fait, non. Elle a pas fui du tout.
Alors, racontez-nous, quelle est votre situation ?
Je vous précise un petit peu aussi, j'y reviens depuis 4 jours, en fait, de l'Ukraine. Personne n'y croyait, ça c'est clair, dans ces événements-là. Alors, pour narrer un petit peu, parce qu'on dit un petit peu beaucoup de choses, exode, ceci, cela, pour narrer un petit peu le problème qui nous concerne, c'est que le conflit dure depuis 2014, ça on le sait. Il s'agit quand même de la population ukrainienne qui est martyrisée au quotidien, 2 millions de personnes, que les problèmes de chauffage, c'est l'hiver, sont difficiles, le salaire moyen, voilà, vous m'entendez ?
Oui, très bien.
Voilà. Pour se chauffer actuellement dans ces mois d'hiver, c'est plus de moitié que les ménages doivent consacrer à ça. Donc la vie est très très compliquée. Donc je vois pas qu'est-ce qu'on défend. Le président et le gouvernement fantoche là actuellement, que je trouve fantoche, et pas du tout celui que Poutine soi-disant va mettre.
Vous parlez là de
emporté contre tout ce qu'on entend là actuellement, les pauvres Ukrainiens, mais les pauvres Ukrainiens, ils y sont, avec ces gouvernements successifs, avec cette misère, avec cette économie délabrée. Elle
parle de Zelensky. Oui, mais vous parlez de Zelensky, vous parlez de qui ? Vous parlez de
Zelensky, oui.
Oui. Donc vous, Ukrainienne, vous considérez que Zelensky, le chef d'État dûment élu d'Ukraine, est à la tête d'un gouvernement fantoche ?
Fantoche, d'une chose, et puis la deuxième chose, c'est une personne pas du tout démocratique. Il y a quand même 4 chaînes oppositionnistes qui étaient fermées. Il y a des journalistes qui sont tués. On décrit ça pour la Russie, mais ça se passe aussi en Ukraine. Il y a quand même 4 journalistes qui sont tués depuis quelques années. Il y a tas de choses qui se passent qu'on ne sait pas et qu'on ne dit pas.
Oui. Donc ce que vous dites, vous...
Here's something you are not going to hear on the mainstream media. What you do hear is warmongers arguing that we must protect Ukraine because it is a quote-unquote democracy. But they're lying. Ukraine isn't actually a democracy. For example, to hold on to power, Ukraine's president shut down the 3 TV stations that were openly criticizing him and his policies, imprisoned the head of the opposition political party that had come in second place in their elections, and went and arrested and jailed that party's leaders. This is exactly what Putin has been accused of doing. But Ukraine did this all with the support of the United States.
So as someone who comes from the Russian community here in Australia, I've been pretty outraged by the narrative created by our media depicting the Ukraine as the good guy and Russia as the bad guy. Believe it or not, there are a lot of Russians here and around the world that support what Putin is doing in the Ukraine, myself included. Since 2014, the Ukrainian government, together with Nazi groups like the Azov Battalion, have besieged the Russian populations in the Donbass, killing an estimated 13,000 people, according to the United Nations.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Could I finish?
Just quickly finish, and then we'll come to put that to the panel.
So my question is, where was your outpouring of grief and concern for those thousands of mostly Russians?
Okay, question earlier about Russia, and it's been playing on my mind. And Sasha, people here have been talking about family who are suffering and people are dying. And I understand you wanted to ask you a question about is there some reasoning for this, but you supported what's happening, hearing that people are dying. And can I just say I'm just not comfortable with you being here? Could you please leave? I've been... It's really... No, Sasha, I'm sorry. You can ask a question. You can ask a question, but we cannot advocate violence. I should have asked you to leave then. It's been playing on my mind, and I'm sorry, but I have to ask you to leave, please.
Okay, well, could I...
No, please. Just out of respect. Just no, please, we're not having the conversation, Sasha. We can't have people advocating violence. And I should have asked you to leave. It's been playing on my mind. I wanted to have a proper conversation about these things, but I have to ask you to leave. I'm really sorry. Okay, I'm sorry for that, but you know, these things happen. It's live television. You think about these things. It's really been troubling me that we can have a conversation and we can look at where the arguments are, and we can try to look at the sides of the argument. We can't have that, and I'm sorry. It should have happened earlier.
Налимо по чарці Мартіні.